Yo, what's going down, Commanders? I've got to make another video about these Annihilator X. Let's forget for a second that every single one of the actual ammo of this unit does the exactly same thing, barring one that shoots air. They pretty much, the one that says that has splash has got no splash. The one that says it's got scale damage for distance, it probably has got the scale damage for distance, but it don't mean nothing, and so forth and so on. My main argument is Kixeye could have really gone far with the armor type for these units. With each armor, they could have been, say for instance, this one's got the splash damage for the weapon type. So why couldn't they do with the armour what they did with the weapon, is make it so it's anti-splash. So basically, when something hits it that splash, it absorbs all the splash rather than it taking all the splash expanding out to the rest of the units that you've put into the base. And then they could have expanded even further by moving on to the sonic rings, which close range damage. So anything that gets close, it nullifies some of the damage. So it's a percentage off of the damage taken up close as well. So each weapon would mirror with the armor type that it would have. So if it was a close weapon unit, the actual armor type would be close up. It would take less damage, for instance. And then you move on to this one. Gains a. This one actually don't make much sense. Tracking for ground. You could have this one anti-corrosion, or it could be anti-burst damage or something like that. There's so much Kixeye could have done with these units, but they're pure impotence and laziness has got in their way. Their own ego and arrogance is deterred them from making a decent unit. They're scared of a decent unit. They're scared of releasing another Akuma because they've got no plan moving forward, basically. And then, you know, every single one of these could have had something added to them. So depleted uranium armor plus depleted uranium projectiles increases speed of shot in bursts. So what could the armor be for this? This could be like an anti-corrosion, anti-sustain sort of armor on it, rather than just saying it's a depleted uranium armor. It could have had a description with it that tells us what it's good against. It just makes no sense that they've been so lazy with this. And this one, obviously, this one's a no-brainer. So this is an anti-air gun, but it shoots ground as well. So you make the armor, you take less damage against air. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not rocket science just to add that to the units and make the units, the description of the units make sense, rather than just say it's got a uranium armor or sonic armor or whatever else they want to call them, solar armor. Put a description with it. Let us know what this armor does well against, or even go a little bit further. This armor does well against, but it's bad against this sort of damage, or this damage type. It's just laziness from the Kixeye team. And I know it's all about discovery with some of this stuff, but there's nothing to discover. The armor literally does no different. Each armor set does nothing different from the one previous to it. So why tell us it's got uranium armor? Why tell us it's got solar armor? Just say it's got a solar cannon. Give it a description. Tell us what it's good, what it's bad against, and then we can make the choices as we go through and say, right, I'm going up against a base that's got a lot of infantry in it, which is sustain. I need an armour that is good against sustain, or I need an armour that's good against air because there's a bunch of air in this base. So I'm going to put the armour that best fits that base. It makes no sense to me, and it's Kixeye 101. It should be standard for them to give us a decent amount of a description so we can then make an educated guess how we're going to use it. It's just laziness, man, and it winds me up, and it seems to portray through the whole company. So it's from the top down. The guy up the top is probably the most laziest person you've ever met in your life, sitting there eating donuts in his fucking beanbag all day. You know what I mean? It just frustrates me. It would have took a minute for them to literally just give us a little bit of information. Just a little bit of information, and we could have made the educated guess and said, right, we now understand what this is good against, what this is bad against. We can then switch and change. This would have made this unit 10 times better than what it is. Not many people are using it. If you put it in your basics crap, it's no good for PvP. Akumas are the go-to unit for PvE right now, so it's outdated before it's even in the game, because Kixeye were too lazy to actually go deep, dive deep into the unit and actually give us some decent stuff with it. Make sure we had the information that we need to move forward. And that if they had put all that information in it, and people would say, right, oh, this is good, that's good, there would have been a bigger chance of people coining this unit. But as it stands, anyone that coins it must feel gutted, absolutely gutted, as it stands, because it is junk. Anyway, I'm not going to take much more of your time up. I will see you tomorrow on the live stream, 1800 hours GMT, hopefully for the Sector Breach event. Hopefully I'll see you there. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.